Estonia, Malta, Romania, then Greece, Albania. Fantastic. It's very nice to see Tunisia, of course, Turkey, Italy, very nice. Welcome, everyone. I will, are we recording now, Jakub?
So I started to record. Maybe Annika, try, if you have the button as well, try to record as well so that we avoid the situation that we had last time, that unfortunately the recording didn't save itself. But if you don't have the button, then we should.
Just tell where the button should be, maybe.
It should be in the among the other buttons where you mute your microphone and share the screen, next to the share the screen. You don't see it. No. Okay, so it's probably only me. So I hope today it's recording now, and I hope we will manage to save it afterwards and put it on YouTube. Last time we had some technical issues, but hopefully this time it will be okay.
So just some before we start. So I'm Annika Ostergren, and I work together with Jakub at the European Commission, and we coordinate EU Code Week from the Commission side together. So we host this meeting together. Jakub will be holding an eye on the chat. So during the presentations, if you have questions, please write your questions in the chat. It makes everything easier. And then he will decide whether we give you the floor or he will repeat the questions. I think that's it. Keep yourself muted if you're not asked to speak, because any interference is usually bad. We can also mute you as host. So if you're all of a sudden you're muted, that's because we have muted you, just so you know. Great. Okay. So this is our 4th webinar, and we're really happy that so many have joined us, and it's working really well. I will start with just announcing an action that we're in the midst of launching. We have asked Alessandro Bogliolo, whom some of you might know, who is the Italian Code Week ambassador, to produce a series of coding at home videos that parents, well, of course, you can do them in school too once school starts, but that parents and kids can do at home together. They're very simple videos. I will now try and share my screen. Share content. Voila. Share. Do you see now? So this is the Italian. Basis. It's called Coding in Familia. So this will be available in English in any day now. And we hope we will translate that very quickly into more languages, but it will take a little while to do that. There will be different parts, a little introduction, and my Italian is not great, but there will be the explorer, right and left. There is a kind of duel and lots of different things we can do. It will look like this, more or less, on the Code Week website, where you will be able to find later on then the different languages. And these images here will be replaced by other icons, of course. We think we'll start. We will probably publish them next week, the first ones. And we will be really happy if you spread that among your constituencies, the people you know. And we will try and do translations very, very quickly as we can, especially putting subtitles putting subtitles on the videos. I think that's all from me. Jakub, do you want to add anything? No, I have to.
No, I think that's a quick update, and of course these resources are very useful, especially for kids and their parents at home if they want to learn. So we will be grateful if you then spread the word and disseminate these lessons or these online activities. Yep. No question in the chat yet.
Okay, so I give the floor to Naír Carrera, who from the European Schoolnet. She has some other news that we would like to share with you today about our Icebreaker MOOC, or our introductory MOOC. Please,
Indeed.
Naír.
Thank you, Annika. Thank you, Jacob, and thank you everybody who is here. I'm seeing many familiar names, and really, really glad that you're all joining. It's really great to see that even though the current situation, you're still keen to keep learning. So this is why, because we knew that many of you have been asked us to repeat or to kind of do again the Icebreaker MOOC that we did last year. That this year we're gonna do a rerun of this Icebreaker MOOC. So I'm going to share the link in the chat now because the registration is now open. So you can register if you want. And this is if you, in case you're wondering, maybe you did take the course already last year, maybe you didn't. In any case, I really encourage you to go there because even though the content is quite similar to the one that we did last year, we have updated a bit in order to respond somehow to the needs of many of you now. And what we wanted to do also this year, because we keep thinking about parents and families who are at home working with the children and everything, is that we also wanted to welcome them to this course. So we also encourage this year to parents, family members, and anybody who is interested in the topic of coding, computational thinking, digital creativity, that you can take the course and join us this great adventure, I think. And I hope that you will like it very much. I'm gonna just quickly share my screen so that you can. I will just quickly go to the course. Okay, so you should be able to watch my screen now to see it, right? Do like this, Jacob, so I can see because I cannot.
Yes, we can see. We can see.
Okay,
It's
great.
fine, thanks.
Yeah, so for all of you who are not familiar with the European Schoolnet Academy, so this is it. If you want to participate in this MOOC, you need to have an account first. So this is the first thing that you have to do, so to create your account in the European Schoolnet Academy. And once you're there, you're gonna be able to see this enroll button here. Now you see that I am enrolled, of course. So it says you are enrolled. And then here is the landing page. So here you can find some information about the course, so the objectives, learning objectives, you will find them here. So basically understand what coding and computational thinking is. Also understand the benefits for students, but also children, because at the end, this kind of MOOC, of courses, it also helps to develop different skills and competence that we know they are key in 21st century, as you probably agree with me. So this is also another benefit and advantage of taking this course. And then, of course, becoming familiar with this super nice initiative that the European Commission is supporting, which is the EU Code Week. And also you will be able to discover many opportunities, many training resources and materials. Target audience, as I was saying, of course, is also devoted to teachers, so primary and secondary teachers. It is very important to notice that no previous experience is needed. So even though you have no experience on coding, computational thinking, or anything at all, you can still take the course, okay? And another important thing to notice is that this is a 5-hour only course. So it's a mini course, mini MOOC, whatever you want to call it. So you only need 5 hours to take this course, and starting on 11th of May. So we will start on 11th of May, it says here, and the course will be open for 5 weeks. So it means that during 5 weeks, you can take the course, you can maybe do it all in a row. If you have 5 free hours, you can just complete the course in 5 hours, or you can do 1 hour every day. So it's something that you can do at your own pace as well. Moderators are us, so Code Week team, as in European Schoolnet, as usually. And then I was just yeah. So here you can see the subsections of the module already. So this is not open to you yet, but I wanted to show you so that you can see if the course maybe it's interesting for you. So the first thing, it's why coding and computational thinking at schools. Then we will talk a bit about Code Week. So what is Code Week? What are we doing and why we're doing this? How to register an activity and how to report back. And then we will also talk a bit about the Code Week for All challenge. We will have some live events as well, and these are usually very nice because they get together like a lot of people, like-minded colleagues and teachers who share many ideas, activities and resources. And then the Icebreaker quiz, which will be the thing that you will have to complete if you want to complete the course. When you complete the course, if you complete it successfully, you will get a badge and a very nice certificate from European Schoolnet. And if you register an activity in the MAP, you will also get a certificate validated by the European Commission, which I also think it's very nice. Annika can I'm sure you agree. And something else that you will discover during the course are these super, very nice, inspiring, what we call learning bits, which are training materials. And I think this is very nice and useful for teachers because they have different lesson plans that you as teachers can directly download to use either in the classroom or now at home. And why am I saying at home? Because you can also do things related to coding at home. And even though you don't have any computer. So this is also something that I wanted to emphasize, that coding can also be taught without computers. How? I'm going to show you now. So basically I went to the office the other day, I have to say, to bring all these things. So this is one egg cartoon. I don't know if you see it properly. And this is part of the last learning bit that you can see here. At the end, which is called Coding for Inclusion, where we develop something for visually impaired students. So basically, this is an egg cartoon. These are some obstacles that we put in the egg cartoon. Now I have to put it like this so that it doesn't fall. And this is, let's say, the prize. So basically, we have...
Nair, maybe stop sharing the screen so we see you.
Oh, you're right, because you're not seeing me. Okay.
You're a bit bigger.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah, that's better.
I will show this very nice cartoon that we developed for the for the learning bit. So it's as you see, it's an egg cartoon. We just painted with some colors. These are obstacles made with paper, so not really cheap materials. This is the prize, and this is like a Lego thingy. Basically, the idea is that you will tell your children to just create the instructions needed in order to get to the prize, and ideally avoiding the obstacle here. And this is a very simple activity that you can do. You can also create like distractions with different arrows, as you can see here, with paper as well. Just paper, scissors, and glue. And then also in the MOOC, something that you will discover is how to do some coding with basic caps, basically like this. This is an activity from code.org, and we'll also talk about this very nice activity. And then something else that I brought is the Cody Robbie chessboard that maybe some of you will know about this. And this is made also with some paper, scissors, glue, and some colors. So really, really something that I think now everybody can do, even if you're at home. So I just wanted also to mention this. I don't know. Yeah, I shared already the link in the chat, right? Yeah, so if you have any question about the course, feel free to ask. And I really hope to see all of you there.
Yes, and I would add that we would, if this is, you already know all of this, we think it would be great if you share this link with colleagues whom you think could benefit from such a course.
Indeed. And also, even I have to say, Annika, that even though if you have already participated, a good thing would be also to take still the course, because we will still interact to each other, and you can also help other teachers who may join this year. Maybe they don't have any clue about coding or computational thinking, so you can always help them and mentor them somehow.
Yeah, and next week we will also have more games and activities online, which you don't require a computer, because the coding at home activities, they were all going to be without a machine, let's say. Thank you very much, Naír.
Okay. Thank you. I'm here if you need anything.
Any questions, Jacob?
No really questions, but many people thank Naír for these ideas. Thanks for also the Icebreaker Nano MOOC. Someone even posted that Naír looks beautiful on the camera. So
it's the light.
Good impression on all the fronts.
Thanks.
Exactly. Excellent.
I'm sharing the link again.
So we will. We're starting to share this on social media, I believe, tomorrow. If we haven't done so yet, in the Facebook group for teachers and on Twitter, etc. So please share that with also as much as you like. Great, thank you very much. So now we're moving on. We have Sophia Reyes Mury. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. She is from the Polytechnical School of Lausanne, and the Center for Learning Sciences in Lausanne, also in Switzerland. She's a robotics teacher, and she's going to present a tool or a platform called, oh, it disappeared, and I have to sneeze. Sorry.
It is.
Bless you.
Bless you, Annika. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Roteco, I believe. Might have to sneeze once more there. Hello, Sophia. Great to have you with us.
Hello,
I will
everybody.
give you the floor.
Do you listen to me well?
Yes, we hear you very well. Thank you.
So I will share my screen.
Great.
Okay, do you see my screen now?
Yes, we see it properly and we hear you also well. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this great opportunity of introducing Roteco, okay? So as the name says, Roteco, Robotic Teacher Community, it's a project that aims to create a community that enables teachers to carry out educational activities in robotics, computational science, and computational thinking, of course, to prepare the students for the digital society. So this project is in 3 languages, so you have it in French, in German, and in Italian. Of course, it is the 3 main languages of Switzerland. And it is supervised by the University of Applied Science of Art in Southern Switzerland, from the Swiss Institute Technologique of Lausanne and Zurich. And in the platform, you can find news, event, courses in this field. So, in fact, what we want to do is to create this triangle of collaboration between institutions, between teachers and educational professionals, and between researchers with many projects. In fact, our Roteco collaborative platform was developed and served as principal tool to create our community. So the teachers can free register, create their own profile, they can publish their own activity or select activities already done by other teachers. And the important thing is that they can download the material linked to the activity. You can also contact other teachers or other experts and talk about the activities that you have maybe used at your school or at your place of work. So, for my presentation today, I want to leave you with some concrete material. So after the webinar, you are free to register and look material that suits you and suits your students. And of course, your needs. Here I will give you some of them, but of course, we have plenty of them on the platform. So I will introduce you some activities, resources, some courses, events, and projects also that maybe will interest you. So I have chosen 4 activities coming from pairs to pairs, okay, that we can do it at home. Some of them, the 2 first, need a robot. The 3rd one only need the computer, and the 4th one, because sometimes we don't have a computer or a screen, we also have unplugged activities. So I will take the first one. It came from a community member called Rolf Beck. It is in German. And in this activity, he used the robot Arduino. It is for beginners, and the activity, you always have the material that you need, the description of the material, and you can download the material for doing this. This first activity is for the topic of the switch control in speech recognition. The second activity that I wanted to show you is using a robot called Timio and Scratch. This activity is done by Massia. He's one of our members in the Italian part. Sorry, and I want to show you what he has done. Sorry. So here we go to his activity. And he creates a code using the program Scratch to
Sophia?
code Timio. Yes?
I'm not sure we can see the examples. We can only see the PowerPoint.
You cannot see, because now I am showing the platform. You cannot
No, we cannot see it. It's black, but maybe you. So maybe just talk about the.
Okay, so I will only
activities.
stay at the. Thank you. I will only stay at my PowerPoint. The third example that I wanted to show you is from Cyril. He works at l'Académie de Versailles in France, and he proposed an activity that doesn't use a robot. It is to learn how to use Python and how to code Python. He gives 3 missions, okay? 1 mission, and after the first mission, you can go to the second and do the third one. And at the final of the missions, you have a small evaluation to the children. So that can be a nice activity. And they use a platform called Code Défi. I will put the links after. The fourth activity that I wanted to share with you doesn't use any computer or any robot. It uses unplug activity called Project Square. So the teacher can download this material, print it themselves, or he can also draw it with a pencil and a pen. It's very easy. And you have a story happening in the future. I think it's 2043. So you tell the story to the children, and after you can do this activity from home with them. So here we have 4 activities, but of course you have more from peers on the platform. You also can download free resources using some robots as Timio, using Mincart, using Canopé, using other kind of robots. Here you have the Italian book of Timio that you can download. It is also available on the English, Italian, and French. We also promote online courses. You know that nowadays with the COVID-19, there are a lot of webinars coming, and we want to share all these webinars with our community. For example, you have one webinar with Snap, where you can learn how to code with this app. You also have webinars to learn with Makey tool. Or, for example, on the US, you have Techie Kids that put some courses online during this situation, this long, to learn at home. You also have some MOOCs. For example, the MOOC proposed by the Polytechnical School, where you can subscribe, and at the end, you have also a small diploma that says that you have completed the courses. Here, I decide only to put the online courses because this community, Code Week community, is an international community. So it is important that any teacher from all over the world can have access to it. We also have virtual online events that we try to promote. First of all, we have, of course, today the Code Week webinar. But I also wanted to invite you, for example, this Saturday, we have the Open Education Day. It is a free online event that you can attend during the morning. The main language will be German, but you will have also some workshops on English. You also have Les Ludoviales in French, mainly in French, from the 27th until the 30th of April. It is also a free online virtual event, so you can subscribe and know what is happening around the world. Finally, I choose to introduce you one project called R2T2 Mission. It is my colleague Eugenia Bonnet that is the main person responsible. In fact, it is a mission that you can do from your home. And now the teachers can try it. So I will show you. Do you see the small movie? So you have 16 robots, okay, that will be in one room on Switzerland, okay? But you have students and teachers coming from all over the world that will connect to code and prepare this and move the Timios that are on Switzerland. This Corona R2T2 mission is free for the teachers, so you can try it and subscribe to try it until, I think you have until mid-May to try, And if you like it, of course, after you can do it for your with your children. This mission is available in French and English, and I think that it's also possible to do it in Italian. And as I say, the Roteco platform, we want teachers that they discover, okay, thanks to other peers, that they try the activity and that they share what they have trying. It means that sometimes I am a little bit afraid because I am not used to use this kind of tool. So we want this community help other teachers, and that we have also experts in this community. So that's the website of the Roteco. I cannot go to the link because you cannot see what is happening on internet, but you can subscribe after the webinar. And we also have some social media that you can follow us, and we have a newsletter each 2 months that goes with all the news. So if Code Week community have some news, some events, some activities that you want to share, please be free to share with us. Thank you so much for this beautiful time to present to yourself, and I hope that you have many questions.
Thank you, Sophia. Very nice. We have a question here. If it's usable for everyone, also outside of European countries?
Yes, it is. You can use it. You only have to put what you are doing. For example, if you are, I don't know, a teacher in the US, you can put, okay, I am teacher in this school, and that's okay. Or if you are part of a code group, you can say, I am interested in coding, etc. And that's it. You can enter to the platform. Yes, there is a registration process, but you can come all over the world. Yes.
I think are you planning to? I see. Well, we heard you say that the platform is available in Italian, French, and German. Are there any plans of also making it available in English?
For the moment, we are trying to increase the number of users with these 3 languages. We are not sure about the English. We know that it can open the door to the international community, but for the moment, we are not sure. But we put some content in English. For example, this Code Week webinar is in English, and we put it, we translate the message, but we say, okay, this webinar is in English, but you can attend, because nowadays English is used in, I mean, everybody use a little bit of English. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Sophia, Jakob, are there any more questions?
No, I think these are the questions. I also want to thank everyone who is trying to help others to solve the sound issue, because there were 2 or 3 people who didn't hear, and I see a big community response to that. So thanks for it very much. And I just must say, Sophia, I find this idea of having robots in Switzerland and commanding them from all over the world a great idea and a great activity.
Yes, really, this mission, I really tried it just yesterday with my colleague, and it's very funny because you meet other teachers, and you can from your computer do something else in another part. So it's a very funny activity.
Okay, thank you. I'm a bit conscious of time here, so we have to move on.
But we have 10, Annika, I think we have 10 minutes at the end, like spare 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think this is okay.
Because now we have the Mentimeter.
Yeah, let's do a quick, I wanted to introduce the Mentimeter poll, and I'm just pasting the link in the chat. So please go to that link, and I'm going to share my screen as well. And the idea here is a little bit to see what is your situation now. And so we prepared 2 questions on Mentimeter. So in order to vote, you either go to the link that I have just shared in the chat, or you can just go to menti.com, as you see on the screen that I'm sharing, and you can type the code 857752. And the first question that we are asking you is, what is the most useful tool for you and for your remote coding activities? And you can think about, and we see already that someone mentioned Scratch Junior, but you can think about also anything. be it email, be it a video conferencing tool, be it Python, be it Minecraft, be it, you know, whatever you are using these days. Just please share your experience and share your views on that question. And we see already that the answers are coming in. And just to tell you that if you, for example, we see that Scratch is very popular. So if you type Scratch, it means that the word Scratch will become bigger. Okay, so someone is, for example, wrote C. I guess that's the programming language, a programming software. So then if someone else writes C as well, then the C will become bigger. And so we can already see that the words are moving. We have 30 people who voted. You can vote multiple times if you want, if you have many things to share. Very good. So I was expecting a little bit this result that Scratch and Scratch Junior would be the very popular. Minecraft as well. Code.org. No one is writing Code Week website yet. Maybe later. Unplugged activities, yeah. Microbit, also very good. Many people are using that. Just to tell you that then once we have the results of this vote, we will put them as screenshots to the blog post, and we will of course include the presentations from today. So when we finish, you will be all able to read a short blog post with all the presentations that you will be able to go through, and also with the results of this vote.
And if we're lucky, we will also have a recording. And
if we are lucky, if my computer doesn't mess today, then we will also have the recording with the sound. So I will give 10 more seconds for anyone who wants to share. Very good, thank you. So Scratch, Code.org, online conferencing, Minecraft, Microbit, unplugged activities. I think this is. Annika, do you want to react on that? Is there any reflection?
No, I think, as you said, it looks kind of as at least I expected with Scratch, Hour of Code, and the examples we've heard about Microbit in previous webinars. Minecraft, yeah. Very good.
Good.
I think let's move on to the next one.
Let's move to the second one. So you can use the same code. You can use the same link also, but now you will have a different question, which is more where you vote on the scale from 0 to 10. The question is, do you and your students have everything you need to participate in remote activities? So this is really to understand whether you encounter some difficulties or whether everything is fine. And so you vote on 6 options. So every time you put the points, if you put 0, it means that you don't have that at all and it's a big issue for you. If you put 10, it means that you have enough and you are okay. So for example, now we see that those who already voted have enough materials, lesson plans, but maybe the issue is with hardware. This is what we have been hearing so far as well. The options are materials, lesson plans, connectivity, hardware, software, skills, and time. So we again give you 1 or 2 minutes to vote in there. The link is in the chat, so you can go directly to the link, or you go to menti.com and you type the code 857752. And we see that we are already getting some interesting statistics, where probably time is the most precious resource nowadays, I guess. Many of us don't have enough time to do everything we want. Happy to see that connectivity is not really an issue. That's a pretty good result as well. That actually the internet works for many of us. So let's give it 30 more seconds. Also good to see that materials and lesson plans are pretty high. But in general, I think this is good. I was expecting
very good, much better result than I was thinking. So maybe we have the most connected and dedicated teachers online here. And of course, I posted the link again if someone
Yeah.
didn't have it.
I think when we look at the time, I think this is interesting because here we don't only see the total result, but we also see the distribution, and so we see that there is half of those who voted seem to have enough time, and that's good, but half of them are pretty have pretty difficulties find enough time to do the remote activity. So again, 10 more seconds to finish the vote, but I will keep it open so you can keep voting, but I will stop sharing now my screen, and
Yes,
and
we will.
we
It's
move
time
to
for
the other
next
presentation.
presentation.
Yes.
We have Fatma Bouaziz from Tunisia, who is a leading teacher, and she will share her work on how she and her student works with Scratch and Microbit. So they will go back to the poll we just had, and she works on the Microsoft Teams platform. So Fatma, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Hello. Hello.
So just to
Hi.
remind everyone there, you about your speaking time, you have about 8 to 10 minutes to speak. So
Okay.
thank you very much. Do you want to share your screen?
Okay.
It sometimes takes a little bit. There you
Okay.
go.
I deactivate my camera.
As you wish, that's okay.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm so happy to be speaker in Code Week webinar Coding from Home 4. So I am Fatma Bouaziz, ICT teacher and Europe Code Week ambassador. Before the confinement and closing of school, I use platforms of communication with my students like Edmodo, also Padlet and Wakelet to group their work. So I will share with you my experience in remote learning and how I continue to teach coding with my students who are at home. So to keep touch with my student throughout the year, I have created virtual classes for my students in Edmodo. Okay. So I share with my student lessons, activities, and lesson plans with them, and likewise they share their work here. For example, it's a shared course material to start the coding part on Microbit. It's in French because we teach in Tunisia with the French language. There is an example for lesson. In the first part of the curriculum, I teach App Inventor for my students and how to create mobile applications. Read an example of a lesson plan. This is an example of game scenarios that the students can create with App Inventor. This lesson plan. First part, the design. All steps are here. for the students. Also the part of coding. So also in Edmodo, the students can share their work like this. This is an game done by my students. Now with the confinement and closing of the schools, I choose the Microsoft Teams platform to use it with my students because I can better control them and they can code on their platforms easily. I use also Padlet and Wakelet. Padlet, for example, to group the work of my students. For example, this is an activity that I worked with my students in Europe Code Week 2018. Scratch games about culture heritage. Also, I use Wakelet to present the lesson plan for my students. There are lesson plans for my students. An example for a lesson plan, lesson of a inventor. The part of design and the part of coding. With Microsoft Teams, I can create my virtual classes and invite my students inside. And we work everyone in one space as I can organize a video conference with them. So Microsoft Teams is your collaborative platform for teamwork in Office 365. Your conversations, files, meetings, and apps are brought together in a single shared workspace, which you can take with you on your favorite mobile device. I will present an example how I work with Teams. This virtual class of the 9th grade class, I created new Scratch microbit and Wakelet Padlet tabs in my virtual classroom. You see it?
Yeah, we see. Yeah.
The student can use the Scratch and microbit platform in Teams. For example, I will open a Scratch project.
Maybe Fatma, you don't share so many exact examples because we're running out a little bit of time. But that's interesting to see that it's integrated.
Yes. So I can here, the student can use Scratch in Teams and copy the link of any project, Scratch project, like this project.
Yes, maybe you can share the links later on in the blog post,
Okay.
because it's taking a little bit too much time and we still have one presentation to go.
Okay, so I continue the presentation. The second platform I used for my student is CoSpace Edu. CoSpace Edu enables students to learn by using the various tools available with the technology. All features in CoSpace's Edu can be adapted to fit different class subjects and learning objectives. So CoSpace's Edu offers the perfect solution for beginners just getting started with coding, as well as scripting languages for more experienced coders. CoBlocks, with its fun Lego-like colored blocks. CoBlocks is the ideal solution for junior coders. CoBlocks is a visual block-based and initiative programming language similar to Scratch and easy for anyone to learn, even kids in K-12 grades. Also, JavaScript. More advanced coders can have fun coding scripts to add interactions and events for even create games. I want to share you an example. This platform offers me 30 places for my students. So I divide into a working group and they enjoy coding and create 3D animations and merge cube. This is an example. I work with this platform with my student, especially in e-twinning projects.
Okay, we need to wrap up now, Fatma. So maybe you can move on to the other. We won't have time to see any examples, unfortunately.
This is an example. The students use CoBlocks for coding. And this is merge cube animation. So I stop.
Thank you very much, Fatma. You have received lots of comments. People are thinking you've done a lot of work and wonderful, very nice and useful. Not any direct questions. I particularly think I will make my son do the one where you have to command the lamps with his voice. That sounded like a good thing. It's although quite automatic. Every time we go close to his room after 10 o'clock, all of a sudden the lights turn off even without voice control. So I maybe he won't be so interested. He seems to have figured it out already. Thank you very much. We will also write in the blog post and share your presentation there on the Code Week website. And then I would like to move over to Katerina Glezou, who is a Greek leading teacher. Katerina is there, yes, great. Fatma, you
Thank
need
you
to...
very much
Thank you
for
very
the
much, Fatma.
opportunity.
It was great having you. Maybe you need to stop sharing your screen, and then we'll give Katerina the chance to share hers.
Okay.
And Katerina, remember, only 8 minutes, right? So
yeah, okay. So now you see my web browser as I share it.
yeah, very nice.
Okay. I have already uploaded the links from my presentation. As the time passes very quickly, I would like to have a short look to the past. From 2003, I have my first personal website. This is it. Unfortunately, it's only in Greek, so it's just the ideas. Okay. On 2008, I managed my first blog, and as the internet evolved, I passed to a network, educational network, in the spirit of social constructionism. You can share whatever you want, you can have your team, and of course you can exchange ideas, news, whatever. Also, you can use it with your students at classes. I work at Arsakia schools. This is the site of Arsakia schools. And at Arsakia school, we have a learning management system. But of course, as we have to adapt to the emergency remote learning, I passed to use synchronous and asynchronous tools. WebEx as a synchronous video teleconference system, and also electronic school classroom. From the there, I made some lessons in Greek, unfortunately only, but you can have some ideas. You can have, except of worksheets, activities, etc. You can have some interesting links. And of course, you can find a lot of learning objects, interactive objects, as this one. So that we can use the students the opportunity to investigate about arithmetic operators. Let's say here, 6. We can write down the new, and we can save it. And we can have another problem. So the students could have the possibility to investigate and practice about operators, arithmetic operators. Another nice learning object here, the one, it's about variables. We want the students learn to use variables and make operations with them. So we have a problem, and then we can have new problems. Here, let's say 6 and 8, so it's 14, and we can have again, okay? Another lesson that I created, it's about iteration loops. because programming the students have to know the structures of programming. Except of sequence selections, we have iterations. So again, we can have a lot of learning objects, and also we can use Padlet, as you see. Unfortunately, it's in Greek, but the students can upload their exercise, of course, a new code or an image of their solution. Also, I use an online programming environment, pseudoglossa.gr. You can see it. We can have a code, and then we can see how it begins. We can upload another problem, so we can execute it and see the result. We can interact with the environment and also construct a new code. And as the time passes very quickly, so I will pass to another lesson, again in e-class of Panhellenic School Network. Again, this one is for the 3rd grade of high school. It's about Scratch, and there are different sections. As you see, you can have scenarios or activities or even Scratch projects for 1.0.4 or Scratch 2 and Scratch 3, and some new activities. Also, as you see, according to the thread of COVID-19, we have a Scratch project, as you see here. So how can we flatten the curve? You can go and see the different results. Let's say if we change the variable, look at the different curve. I know that I don't have a lot of time, so this project is belonging to the studio epidemic simulations, where you can add or you can let your students add new projects. And of course, in my Scratch profile, you'll find a lot of activities, so you can see different ideas and how we use it to the classroom. Okay, so let's give the audience the time for questions. I'm here. I'm at your disposal.
Thank you very much, Katerina. Very nice. You have got a lot of great comments in the chat. Everyone finds it very interesting. And I'm thanking you. Bravo. Bravo, Katerina.
Thank you.
I would also say that as we had many participants from Greece, actually the websites and the texts in Greek were not as ununderstandable as for those who don't speak Greek, because there were many people from Greece. So they also, someone said that she felt very privileged to finally be reading in their mother tongue.
Great. It's great for me. It's like another Duolingo class. We would like to, if there are no exact specific questions for Katerina, Jakob and I would like to thank you very, very much. We would like to remind you about the important things that are coming up. Jakob wants to say something?
Yes, I want to say something. We need to do the final picture.
Oh yes, final picture.
So
yes.
I switched to
But before the final
yes.
picture, I just want to say that remember that we have the Code Week MOOC that's launched now. So please share it with your colleagues whom you think would benefit and enjoy a short course. They will also receive a certificate from the University of Urbino at the end. And of course, a Code Week certificate. And then we are launching the series of coding from home, coding at home videos with Alessandro Boliolo next week. And our next webinar we have scheduled for Thursday, the 7th of May at 5 o'clock. So if you want to block your calendars already now, we will have a speaker from UNESCO, the UNESCO team dealing with learning and teaching resources. They have a huge catalog where also Code Week features. And we will most likely also have Professor Cristóbal Oliveira, who is from Portugal, also presenting. And there's still slots left there. So you can mail me and Jakob if you would be interested to share anything. So now it's time for the group photo. Yes.
So to switch on the
Everyone
cameras,
has to turn on the cameras.
and I'll be taking the picture. So just switch on your cameras, and of course, just a reminder to what Annika or follow up to what Annika said. We will also publish the summary of this workshop and hopefully also the recording very soon on the Code Week blog. And so I already see that we have at least 30 people who turned on their cameras, which is very good. Thank you very much. So more and more. Oh my God, I don't know whether I will be able to take the picture now because the internet is becoming very slow. Annika, now I don't see anyone. Please take the pictures. Please.
I took the picture, Jakob.
Because the camera, the internet is, I think, becoming crazy. I don't see anyone now. So
I have taken a picture. Don't worry, I will take. But now we need a little bit of a happier picture.
Yeah.
Yay!
So and you have to be. I'm a little bit slower than Jakob on this, so please you have to wave for a few seconds, right? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wave. Be happy. I'll take a few here, and then we have to go to the next one. Yeah. Wait a bit. I'm waiting for all the cameras. Okay, not everyone is there. Okay, great. Wave again. Woohoo! Yoo-hoo. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
We will soon post a summary and links on the website.
Thank you.
We'll continue to stay healthy and well during these times. And I think most countries see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
With the restrictions loosening up a little bit. So have a good evening and we see you in a week. And don't forget to mail us if you have a presentation you would like to share with the community.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.